Yes. I've never had to wear a scheduling meetings. ever. It's live, I'm just waiting for it to pop up on here and it should be good. Can you check the most consistent? Okay, we're good then. Sorry, I couldn't see it on mine, so let me just click on it.
Call this meeting to order at 5:37 PM. Welcome to the Scholarships and Grants Meeting 56-02. For the record, the date is December 10th and the time is 5:37 PM. We are currently located in the CSUN Senate Chamber SU 313R. We also may have senators joining us online through Zoom. All senators joining online should have their camera on during the meeting. And at 5:37 PM, I will now open a period of roll call. Chair Briones is present, Senator Ferraris,
Present.
Senator Goodman,
Present.
Senator Hankins,
Present.
Senator King is unexcused, Senator Maldonado,
Present.
Senator Navarro Mendoza,
Present.
Senator Fui,
Present.
Senator Sade,
Present.
Senator Taylor,
Present.
and Senator Youngington.
Present.
And with 9 members present, we are meeting quorum. 10 members present, we are meeting quorum. At 5:38 PM, I close roll call, and at the same time, I open item 1, land acknowledgement. The University of Nevada, Las Vegas wishes to acknowledge and honor the indigenous communities of this region and recognize that the university is situated on the traditional homelands of the UNLV Southern Paiute people. We offer gratitude to the land itself for those who have stewarded it for generations and for the opportunity to study, learn, work, and be in community with this land. I close land acknowledgement at 5:39 PM, and at the same time, I will now open public comment. This is a time that anyone from the public may come and speak. Members of the public, you are limited to 3 minutes for your public comment. And please refrain from saying anything slanderous or any defamation of character, as I have the right to limit your comment. When you come to the podium, please state your first and last name and spell your last name for the record. Does anyone have any public comments in person? Does anyone have a public comment through the telephone line provided to the public? I will allow 30 seconds for the delay for any call-ins. Right, I will close land acknowledgement at I will close public comment at 5:40 PM, and at the same time, I'll open the approval of minutes. Are there any discrepancies from the 55-19 meeting minutes that were posted to the public? Seeing none, I will go into a period of a voice vote. All in favor of approval of the scholarships and grants 55-19 meeting minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. With a vote of 9-0, the 55-19 meeting minutes have been approved. Then at 5:41 PM, I will now close the approval of minutes, and at the same time, I'll open agenda item 5A, nomination and approval of a vice chair of the Scholarships and Grants Committee. And before going into nominations, I kind of just wanted to provide a quick debrief of what the vice chair duty entails. Through the vice chair position, you will be recording minutes and maintaining meeting documentation throughout our meetings, and you will assume chair duties when the chair is absent or serving temporarily. And you will also conduct regular check-ins with committee members on progress and responsibilities, as well as make any minor clerical or grammatical policy updates that do not change content. But again, also aside from that, I do encourage not just existing senators or senators who are returning, but also new ones to go up for this position. It's an opportunity and it's a step to kind of gain more knowledge within not just CSUN, but the Scholarships and Grants Committee. So I heartily encourage all of you to, if you do are interested, to go for it. But with that said, are there any nominations for the position of vice chair? Senator Navarro-Mendoza.
Senator Navarro-Mendoza, for the record, I nominate Senator Sade as vice chair.
Senator Sade, do you accept your nomination?
No, thank you.
Right, and then Senator Navarro-Mendoza.
Senator Navarro-Mendoza, for the record, I nominate Senator Yelvington as vice chair.
Senator Yelvington, do you accept your nomination?
Yes.
And then are there any more nominations for the position of vice chair? Senator Sade.
I nominate Senator Mendoza.
Senator Navarro-Mendoza, do you accept your
I
nomination?
respectfully decline. Thank you.
Right, are there any more nominations for the position of vice chair? Right, seeing none, candidate Senator Yelvington, you will have 5 minutes to give a speech to the committee members, and we will be recording that time for the 5 minutes. SB Tia Baralira will be in charge of that, and you're ready to go to the podium and give your speech whenever you're ready.
Hi, everyone. You know me, I'm Ashley. If you don't, my name is Ashley Yelvington, and I am a sophomore and a senator for the Division of Health Sciences. I started in the summer during our 55th session, and now I re-ran for 56th, and I'm serving again for the Division of Health Sciences. I'm honored to be running for vice chair this evening. Thank you, Senator Navarro-Mendoza, for nominating me. So when I first joined CSUN during the 55th session, I already knew that I wanted to be helping with scholarships and grants. I wasn't exactly sure of the other committee, but I was fully ready to hop on to scholarships and grants because I had heard of the work that had been done beforehand, and I was just really inspired So I've seen the firsthand profound impact that we've had on UNLV students across campus. And since I've joined, I've been consistently active within the committee, learning the intricacies of our work. I've even had the privilege of receiving guidance from our previous chair, Nadia Perez Martinez, who inspired my desire tonight to take on a greater leadership role. I believe the vice chair needs to be a dedicated partner to chair and a reliable resource for our entire committee. So my experiences, especially all the work I've done partnering with Isaac, I believe has prepared me to be just that. As a first gen and minority student who is double majoring with a 3.9 GPA, I understand the value of academic excellence and the financial challenges that our peers face, especially those who are underrepresented and lack resources. So in high school, I was also a senator for 4 years and helped start some scholarships. They were a lot smaller on scale, but I have had some experience with that. And I currently work as an RBT as well. So I understand how important it is to be patient, detail-oriented, and have effective communication skills. I'm familiar with our scholarship application and review process, so I can assure you that I'm reliable too for that. And I'm fast at typing, so I'll ensure our meeting minutes are done. As we currently manage 22 scholarships comprising of over $200,000 in awards, I'm committed to executing all the roles and responsibilities of vice chair outlined in our operating policy and the Constitution. Overall, my goal is simple: to help us increase in our reach and our impact as a committee, and the vice chair role is a perfect opportunity for me to turn my passion into action. We have an amazing opportunity with our one-time sponsorship money, and I want to work with the chair and our committee to strategically create more scholarships that address the diverse needs of our UNLV student body. It is not enough to just have scholarships and grants, and students need to know that they exist beyond it. I'm creative and have ideas to revamp our marketing, from social media campaigns to targeted outreach, to ensure every student knows about all of the scholarship money that we have to offer, as well as helping collaborate with our partners to host more scholarship workshops. I look forward to being a strong leader and a dependable partner to current chair Senator Briones, and together we can ensure smooth operations and a supportive, productive environment for every committee member. Thank you.
Right, we will now go into creative questioning where candidate Yelvington is provided 5 minutes to answer any questions that senators you guys want to ask. Jose will keep track of the time, but are there any questions for candidate Yelvington? We'll do Senator Ferraris and then Senator Navarro-Mendoza.
So what is your double major? What are they?
Oh, so I'm majoring in applied health sciences and pre-CMI.
Well, good job.
Senator Ramirez, for the record, I was just wondering, since you said you were previously in the committee, what do you feel like wasn't working last session that you want to improve on this session as vice chair?
Something that I feel like we kind of left off on the last session that wasn't really completely, I feel like, successful, was like our marketing, like partnering with marketing. So I want to continue that work with getting more physical and like social presence for the committee. Like I was talking with Isaac and some others about doing like workshops. So I think hosting workshops with those actual like members who created the scholarships, and like getting more students to be able to come to those, to not only like hear about the scholarships, but get to see the application process and have us help them work through that would be great. As well as the one-time sponsorship funds getting put to use.
Right, are there any other questions for candidate Senator Yelvington? With no other questions, I will now go into a period of a voice vote. All in favor of approval of Senator Yelvington for the next vice chair for the 56th legislative session for the Scholarships and Grants Committee, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Right, and with a vote of 9-0, the approval of Senator Yelvington for the vice chair position for scholarship grants has been approved. Do you want to hop on to minutes right now, or did you wanna wait on?
Wait.
Right, and then at 5:49 PM, I will now close 5A. And at the same time, open 6A, the work session on the presentation of the scholarships and grants committee. And at this time, Robert's Rules of Orders will be suspended for the time being, so we won't have to really do the formal gist of everything. 5:49. For anyone who's on the Zoom, can you guys see that clearly? Thank you. Right, and then this is just a presentation on kind of what the committee entails, some responsibilities for both the chair and vice chair, that way you guys are all that way you guys all know and can acknowledge these responsibilities. But before that, we will just go on to just short introductions and your why. I want to know why you chose SNG, so a little, little icebreaker before we begin. But I guess I'll go first. My name is Isaac, and I am the chair for the SNG, but I chose SNG particularly because I knew I wanted to kind of create an impact within scholarships, being able to provide to underserved communities and, provide scholarships to students who may need more financial aid. But that's kind of why I chose SNG, to make that impact and to kind of be a part of that. I also knew that it was one of the underdog committees at the time that I was joining, so I kind of wanted to join the smaller committee. But yeah, does anyone wanna? Oh, we could go in like clockwise. So we'll do Vice Chair Young.
Okay, like Isaac, I kind of joined at the same time when scholarships and grants was, I guess, an underdog committee. But I remember going through all the different committees and looking at their operating policies, and I just felt that as someone who receives scholarships, like I know how important it is, and I had some ideas for scholarships and I just wanted to get to know more about it. I also really liked the chair and the advice she gave me at the time. So yeah, that was pretty much why I chose SMG.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Emily Navarro Mendoza, Senator of Hospitality. Yeah, I kind of similar to everyone else. I'm a first generation low income student. I don't luckily pay a dime to go to school, and I wouldn't be able to go to school without my scholarship. So I know how important it is to students. And I think being able to help advocate and just spread awareness of the scholarships that we have is really important. So love this committee.
Hi, my name's Tabitha. One of the reasons why scholarships and grants kind of spoke out to me, I volunteer at a research lab, and if anybody's, talked about psychology with you guys, it's about going to grad school. And it's very competitive to get into a clinical program. You need to have some sort of research experience. And it was really hard for me and several other peers to get into a research lab. And I think the issue is that there's not enough spots for just research assistants. We need more people who are able to do their own research, and maybe they can't, they don't have enough money to fly to conferences or even devote that much time to it. So maybe a little bit of extra funds could really help push that. So we newer freshmen could get those research positions and have the seniors actually do research. But yeah, that's why I'm here.
I am Cadence. Part of the reason I joined, I'm also a scholarship student here, and I believe it's really important to make scholarships more accessible. And I know there's a lot that go unused or they don't get a lot of applicants. So I think it's really important to be a part of this committee to help people see that we have these scholarships available and other resources that they can use here.
Good afternoon, Melvin Taylor, CSUN Senator for College of Education. The reason I chose this particular committee is because when I was, as a human services major, as I was looking for scholarships, both within CSUN and at our college, there aren't very many, especially with a focus on human services. So that was my first inclination, and maybe a selfish one, but that's one I'm hoping to get some help pushing forward.
Hi guys, my name is Ashley. I'm a senator in the health science division. And to be honest, before I even was involved with CSUN, I never heard about scholarships within CSUN. So I thought it was important to make more awareness in that area. And I've always been interested in it in general because I do go to school on a scholarship. So yeah.
Hi guys, my name is Giuliano. I'm the senator for the College of Sciences. You guys can also call me Jewel. I initially joined scholarships and grants because I thought that it would be the most fulfilling for me. Being able to help out students by spreading the word of what scholarships that we have here at UNLV, I thought would make me feel better and also provide help to our students. And I know how hard a lot of us work working jobs and full-time credits here at UNLV. And sometimes just one job isn't enough to help cover tuition. So I thought this would be the best committee for me.
Right, thank you guys. Yeah, I mean, I mentioned it earlier, we were like the underdog committee, but we are one of the biggest committees now, so. Oh yeah, now we'll go on to the senators on Zoom. Any of you guys can start first, whichever one.
I'll go first then. Hi, my name is Zara Hankins, and I am a fourth year music education major in the College of Fine Arts, which I am a senator for. Simply why I wanted to join this committee is I've been in CSUN for quite a while, and I've always been in UI and IA, and I kind of just wanted to do something different. I was very dead set on staying in UI, sorry. But scholarships and grants just kind of appeal to me because in a weird way, I kind of view it as like UI, but another financial end of helping students out. And then just to kind of share a similar sentiment to other senators here and their stories, I also come from a low income family. I go to this university. I don't pay a dime for anything because my mom lives under the poverty line. And all throughout my life growing up, I've faced financial hardship with my own family and my own personal experience. So I really resonate with that. And I am very fortunate to be in this kind of leadership position where I'm able to make direct impact to the undergraduate student body and help out other students like me who face similar challenges. And so I just feel like scholarships and grants is going to be another really great committee to really make that kind of strong impact here on campus.
Hi guys, I'm Isabella, and first of all, I'm so sad I couldn't be there, but I'm not feeling good, and I'm sure none of you guys want to get sick. But the main reason that I chose to be for scholarships and grants is the first thing I did when I came into my role, I'm Senator for Urban Affairs, was talk to some of my constituents as well as the leadership staff within Greenspun. And one of the main things that they talked about, that some of you guys have already hit on, is the financial burden that a lot of students feel, and that they feel like there's not enough, or that they need help, or that they just don't know their resources are there for them. So I think scholarships and grants is extremely important in the fact that it's our job to get that out and to make sure students know we have those resources.
Thank you. Advisor Palacios, did you want to go?
There's no way. Well, I don't really get to choose the committee I advise. But similarly, I do appreciate the fact that I get to work with the Scholarships and Grants Committee, just because like a lot of you, the sentiments that you shared, like I also grew up in a very low income family. I was able to get both my bachelor's and my master's with scholarships, so I'm very grateful that I had those resources and that I also had connections and people that I knew that were able to guide me through those resources. And I love that in my job, I directly work with students, not just pro staff, like obviously my colleagues, but also students that are very involved in the process of scholarships. And I really enjoy that part of working with you all and seeing how you all manage that and work through helping other students get that those opportunities through CSUN is also really great feeling.
You know?
Also, just I don't know, just a heads up. The reason why my camera's off is because I have a 1-year-old and I don't really want her to be recorded. So that's why my camera's off. But in the future, I will have my camera on, but I currently have my daughter, which is why my camera is off. So I do apologize for that.
Thank you, Supervisor Palacios. I also think it's because she also enjoys working with me as a chair. But we'll be continuing on with the presentation. So we're just gonna be going over what scholarships and grants is. The Scholarships and Grants Committee, also known as S&G, is one of the 4 standing committees of CSUN, and CSUN allocates nearly $300,000 in funds to develop strategies to ensure equitable distribution of CSUN scholarships and grant funds to eligible UNLV undergraduate students. We also develop these scholarships and grants in partnership with many UNLV entities, and there's a wide variety of in order to reach as many students as possible. And lastly, these CSUN funds can only be awarded to eligible undergraduates currently attending the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. And then for the role of the committee, this sets the purpose, amount, and number of CSUN scholarships and grants, which is why we are a committee itself, and we select scholarships and grant recipients following CSUN bylaws, as well as promoting scholarships, through marketing, whether it be on campus, online, email, classroom, and event outreach. We also maintain the authority to modify existing scholarships and grants, as well as managing and utilizing allocated funds responsibly, which we'll get into a little later onto the presentation. But I also wanted to include the duties of the chair and vice chair, just that way you guys are kind of what's the word? Yeah, kind of holding us accountable as the chair and vice chair and our responsibilities that we should be upholding. So for the duties of chair, we preside over meetings and ensure agendas, minutes, and attendance are maintained throughout each meeting. We chair meetings impartially and votes only to break ties or meet quorum, as well as hopefully that never happens. Hopefully we can meet quorum every time very easily. We also enforce attendance policies, including the removal for excessive and excused absences. We assign liaisons for scholarships and oversee member appointments, which later on, once we get into the spring, at the end of the spring semester, we'll do another work session on what these liaisons do for each scholarship that we currently have. And we schedule and oversee monthly scholarship and grant marketing tabling, which is found in our operating policy from December through April, which is usually around the time when scholarships are open or right before they open, as well as assigning committee members and delegates responsibilities for ongoing projects. And then the duties of the vice chair include recording minutes and maintaining meeting documentation, which is one of the main roles that the vice chair does. But aside from that, they assume the chair duties when the chair is absent or serving temporarily. They collaborate with the chair and CSUN business manager on any cost-related projects. They conduct regular check-ins with committee members on progress and responsibilities. This is one thing that I kind of want to emphasize this session, just because I didn't really see it in the last session, and I do kind of want to improve that and kind of uphold what we have in our operating policies onto what we actually do within the committee and the duties of the vice chair, as well as making minor clerical or grammatical policy updates that don't change the content, as well as assisting with scholarship and grant marketing and tabling activities, which I also want to emphasize for this session because it's one of my goals to kind of focus on marketing. To focus on marketing, speaking of marketing director of marketing, Caitlin Bonsall, walked in, but, yeah, aside from that, I just wanna kind of focus on marketing, not just within vice chair, but all of us, you know, kind of spreading the word and kind of having, like, letting students have the opportunity to see these resources and utilize them. But that's it for the duties of vice chair. And now I just kind of wanted to quickly debrief on the dismissal and removal from this committee. I know some committees may have different operating policies, but this is what it says for the scholarships and grants committee. So, this can happen if there are meetings that are missed without a 3-day notice to the chair, has 3 or more unexcused absences during the Senate session, repeatedly fails to complete assigned tasks on time, misses required meetings with administrators or campus officials, and lastly, fails to complete assigned project or liaison responsibilities. And then I also wanted to include for a lot, because there are a lot of new senators, so I kind of wanted to include a session recap on what the scholarships and grants committee has been working on, what we got passed, new scholarships that we have, or new changes. So last meeting, which was 55-19, we passed Senate Bill 55-168, which allocated $2,000 to the first generation essay contest, as well as Senate Bill 55-170, which allocated $5,000 to the Rebel Resilience Scholarship, which focuses on resilience and advocacy in mental health. These both came out from our one-time sponsorship scholarships. So that means we did have $3,000 in our one-time sponsorship scholarships budget, but now we do have $23,000 because those were passed, which means there is some space to kind of play with this money if you find that there is a scholarship that you want to kind of create or kind of go through the process of learning how to create one, just contact me. We'll also have a work session on this in the future, probably when we get back from break, just so that it's not too much information that I'm giving you guys today. But if you are interested on that, then please let me know. We can go ahead and go through the process of how it kind of works to form a scholarship and how it would work for a one-time scholarship sponsorship. But other than that, we also passed in the 55th session a pre-professional scholarship that just increased the funding. So it used to be the pre-professional health scholarship, but because we wanted to kind of broaden how many students can apply, it's just any undergraduate student who is pursuing a pre-professional degree was able to kind of apply to that. And we also, because of that, we also increased funding, as well as a new scholarship that we passed, a undergraduate research scholarship, as well as a non-WUI scholarship, a summer term scholarship, and for the one times, again, we passed so far the first generation essay contest and the Rebel Resilience Scholarship. But those are kind of some of the changes that some of the things that we went through throughout the 55th session. Then that's all for this presentation. Thank you guys for listening in, but are there any questions, comments, or concerns about kind of what I presented so far? If not, we can go ahead with the next agenda item. So with that said, we'll close agenda item 6A at 6:08 p.m. and at the same time open 5B, the discussion and approval of the scholarships and grants operating policy. And should also then this is just the scholarships and grants operating policy. I hope all of you have read it to make some of these changes, or if you guys think that there are any changes that need to be made. But I won't go too much into it just because a lot of the information that I did provide in the presentation reflected our operating policies. I kind of just wanted to go over one change that I did make for the operating policy, which was under. It's under the scholarships and grants applications subsection 5. And I kind of just added on to there what it reflects on our bylaws, because recently, again, we did pass a bill that gave our scholarship applications an open and closed deadline. So it was reflecting that on our bylaws, but it wasn't reflecting it onto our operating policy. So I just made sure to change that. That way we have cohesive wording within each of our operating policy and the scholarships and or the bylaws. But this is just reads that the scholarship application period shall begin on January 25th and shall end on March 31st of each academic year, unless otherwise approved by CSUN Scholarships and Grants Committee and the CSUN Senate with a simple majority vote. And the subsection A reads, the scholarship application period shall begin and end on the specified dates above in the spring semester of each academic year, with all applicable departments being formally informed of these deadlines. And then I also added a subsection B, which is if there are exceptions to these statements regarding the standard application period, clarification regarding the dates that the specific scholarship application period will open and close will be indicated in the applications itself when students are applying to these scholarships. And then I also added the CSUN summer term scholarship because it's a new scholarship. It was not an operating policy. But those are all of the changes that I made within the operating policy. Everything else seems to check out. A lot of these things we haven't touched base with in the past that I've realized, but I want to keep them there to kind of reignite like those responsibilities. And one of those is probably what I didn't notice at the end of the last session and while I was in CSUN and in S&G was that the chair is responsible for scheduling tabling days on a business day for the marketing of CSUN scholarships and grants between the months of September and April, and it is at the discretion of the chair to add more. So I kind of just wanted to highlight this too. It's on there as a responsibility as a chair. So I kind of wanted to share that to you guys. That way you guys can also keep me accountable on it. But we did already have 2 tabling days within December. And I do plan to have some at the end of January. So just make sure that to look out for that. We'll be having those soon, and it also counts for outreach hours. So it's kind of like, 2 for 1, learning about the committee and also having those outreach hours. But aside from that, are there any questions, comments, or points of discussion for the proposed scholarships and grants operating policy and the changes that have been made? Senator Franz.
Senator Farrar, for the record, so why did you decide to stop it on March 31st?
I believe.
Yes.
Senator Cameron.
Oh,
She's the author of the bill, so
Oh,
I just.
sorry.
Yeah.
yes, Senator Cameron, for the record, I'm not a part of the committee this session, but I was a part of the committee last session. And one thing that I saw from the bylaws is that the scholarship application period, it only said around January of like when the application period would open. So I felt like the lack of dates kind of created inconsistency, not just within the students, but also the marketing as well. So I put a set date to January 31st to March 31st. And I can send you the bill for like more details, but the reason why I chose March 31st is because all of the scholarships departments ended up sending up their results like around that same time. So I just picked like a central date for them.
Right, are there any more questions, comments, or concerns? Senator Taylor.
Senator Taylor, for the record, I wanted to draw your attention to section F, though, dismissal and removal from the Scholarship and Grants Committee. I just want to ask if it is consistent with the CSUN bylaws and or constitution. Item F there, failure to complete projected project and or liaison tasks delegated by the chair as a reason for dismissal. So, is that consistent that the chair can just dismiss, or does there need to be a vote taken?
Sorry, so just, speaking about it for the record. So, I believe that it's up to the discretion of the chair. I don't think for any of the, I'm pretty sure for any of the committees, there is no vote required to dismiss someone. It's mainly more so the work between the chair of the committee and the Senate president to decide, if it's a reasonable, like, reason to dismiss someone from the committee. But in terms of, I guess, the question, yes, they all should align with, the bylaws. I had all the former committee chairs make sure that anything in regards to meeting times, quorum, and attendance in the last session were consistent with across all four committees in the bylaws.
Very good, okay.
All right, any other questions? Senator Farrar?
Senator Farage, for the record, would it be? Could we scoot back the date instead of March 31st? Could we give students more time for it?
Not to go into any future business,
Oh,
but we technically could through future bills. It would have to be presented as a bill first to go through the like to put it into the bylaws and then change it.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
but I do agree. Are there any more questions? All right, and then seeing none. I will go into a period of a voice vote in approving the CSUN scholarships and grants operating policy. All in favor of approval of the scholarships and grants operating policy for this session and the changes made, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. And with a vote of 9-0, the CSUN scholarships and grants operating policy is approved. And then at 6:16 PM, I will now close 5B, discussion and approval of the scholarships and grants operating policy, and open 6B, the work session on the marketing of CSUN scholarships. And again, the Roberts Rules of Orders will be suspended during this work session. I don't have anything presented. I kind of just wanted to go into more marketing strategies. I know for those of you who were in last session, we did go over marketing materials and ideas, but because it's a new term or a new session, I kind of wanted to get your input on how we could market. I also have Director Bonsall here with the marketing department to kind of hear out these ideas and to kind of give out her input as well. But if anyone wants to start or kind of discuss anything for the marketing.
Something that I really would love to see is us interviewing or kind of doing like a who are you for our one-time sponsorships, specifically because we work a lot with like departments, so I feel like it's kind of easier to reach out to like that leadership and be able to say like, oh, like what does scholarships and grants do for you? How do you guys benefit? How do you guys use it? Like, we have so many different types of sponsorships, so I think it'd be really cool if we either bring them in or go interview them in their space.
Anyone else?
Do you want like the marketing department to be the one going and interviewing them, or do like the committee wants to be in with them?
I think it'd be really cool if we did like a tag team type of thing, because I think the marketing goes really well with like how to set up the shot and how to like set up like kind of like the questions and stuff. But I think it'd be really valuable to have the committee members there and not the marketing department. But I love working with them. Like I think they know like the right like shot and stuff. So I definitely prefer if they were there. I'd be more comfortable if they were there. If they're available, but if not, I think it's definitely something that the committee members could take on.
Yeah, well, they are expected to be there.
Okay.
The only reason I was asking is like, if you, like, I think it's better for students to see your faces,
Right.
because you're the ones, like, if they come up to us, we
Yeah.
probably don't have the answer to your
Yeah.
questions. So I feel like sometimes the marketing department, like, they're just there waiting for you guys to come to us first.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's something that, if you guys take the initiative to go to their desk and be like, or email or whatever, and be like, can you help me with this? Like,
Yeah.
can we do this? And it's always easier for us if you give us like a
date
date,
and
because then
time,
we have
right.
to figure out together, and that's just like,
Right.
it takes a lot of work.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'll pitch in a little too. I have been working with Director Bonsall with more marketing, more marketing on the scholarships and grants. Aside from, posting on social media, getting like some posts up, I also do want to focus more on videos as well and introductions to the committee. I actually pulled aside Senator Yelvington and Senator Navarro Mendoza offer a video. I do need, I think, like 2 to 3 more senators to be in this video, and I want to have them all filmed by like the end of this week, so this is like the perfect time to do it. That way they have time to kind of edit it over winter break. But yeah, I just need like 2 to 3 more senators. If you guys want to record a video right after, or I'll just bug you guys. But that's what I've been working on with Director Bonsall so far. So if we kind of want to go into like what we can do in terms of like marketing within the department itself, because I know tabling we can handle, we can do all of that, but if you guys have any ideas for the marketing department, that way they can kind of get this on their mind for when summer break starts, they can kind of get the ball moving. But yeah, is there any other, we'll do whichever one first. We'll do Zara first, and then we'll do Ashley. We'll do Bowie and then Yelvington.
Okay, I'm not like super duper familiar with how scholarships and grants does their marketing already. So I apologize in advance if this has been already done, but this is something I feel like kind of can apply generally. I feel like one of the best ways to get outreach to students who are most at risk is to advertise our scholarships and grants in the offices or spaces of UNLV entities, offices, and departments, especially ones that already work within these areas of students that are at risk, marginalized, facing excessive difficulties or needs. And so maybe something like a business card, akin maybe to like what Ways and Means has, I think. Something that has a link to the scholarship website and share email or something like that, so that these offices know, hey, if there's this student and they know the student is financially at risk, they would just be able to give them something quick and be like, hey, well, CSUN has these financial opportunities and resources, since you seem to be facing financial difficulty and this can help out with school. Something like that maybe might help like directly reach the students who are already looking into these resources.
You agree. We'll do Ashley, Bowie, and then Yelvington, and then we'll go to Isabella.
I kind of just have like 2 questions. For when we put out scholarships into the media, is it just strictly like Instagram, or is it like TikTok too and the other social media websites?
We only do like TikTok and Instagram. I don't think we're really active on Twitter. I don't even know if we have one. We have the link tree as well, so we'll put like your link on our link tree. But if we make a video, then it'll go on TikTok.
Okay. Yeah, that's smart. I think you could get a lot of traffic there.
I agree, I love TikTok.
Our TikTok account's kind of like, it's not really active, not a lot of people like the post or look at it. So if you guys like it and reshare it, then maybe it'll help increase our TikTok traffic, because one of our goals too is to start making more TikToks and make it an active page, but there's just not a lot of movement there.
For my second question, did we have like sort of like a section on the website to where like it can list all the scholarships? I know personally when I do look for scholarship, I would like first search it on Google. And I think it's like really convenient too if they were looking, if we just had like a list of them. I was just wondering if we already had that or not.
On like the CSUN website?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have
we have a
one
website.
with like everything listed. We can always add it to our link tree. That way when they go to Instagram, they can just click. But yeah, we have, yeah, it's there.
I think, I've also have discussed too, I wanted, kind of remodel the website of how it's listed, just because it all looks stacked, but I still have to talk with, advisor Martin out on that one, but I agree with like, it can look very stacked and a lot to a lot of people. But, that's why I kind of, with the brochures, I kind of separated them into categories, but we do have a lot, which is a good thing, but in terms of marketing, it can be a little too wordy or lengthy. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, kind of what like Zara was saying, like, I would love, and I think my college like would accept this, like, I would love to take a lot of the brochures that you made and leave them in like my advising center in my college. Like, I think definitely, I don't know why everyone else's college, but I think we would definitely benefit from that. And I don't think that like my college would really mind just adding like another one. I really like the idea from Zara. By the way, if you have extra, I'd like some.
Of course, I can always ask, I can always bug Sharon
For
to
more.
buy more. But, yeah, I agree with that. I'll definitely look into that too. Just cause I know like a physical paper goes a long way, but, Ashley?
So I'm just looking at our notes from like the last time we, like during the last session when we met with marketing, regarding what we talked about for some strategies. I think we should follow up on the idea of doing workshops and potentially like partnering with the organizations that help that like for each scholarship. We could do the interviews like while we do the workshops, and then I think for the workshops themselves, like I think they should be soon, so I feel like this is something like if we want to do it, we should like get on it right away. But like I would be very willing to start like reaching out to the departments and things for that. But yeah, I think definitely more tabling and just like getting out there. And then like Zara was saying about like the like business cards or something like that. I feel like we could do something like a little like fun fact about scholarship or something like that, cards like that maybe, or just putting the like our flyers or cards like in areas like was that you that said that? I can't remember. For the more marginalized, like underrepresented students, like CAPS or something, you know, having. Cause I know CAPS, like areas like that, they have like the little sections where they have all the flyers up, so I feel like.
Yeah.
Students see that and they could. Yeah.
I agree, I think, no, yeah, I definitely think we can do that, it'll just be a little more on like the planning side of all of the things, but, well, I think we can definitely, I think it's a reachable goal, especially because we have winter break going on.
Yeah.
But we'll do Isabella, Zara, and then we'll do that.
Okay, so I am also not completely familiar with what marketing does for scholarships and grants already, but someone who I have been talking to is Ashton Ridley. He is the manager and like he runs Rebel Media Group as well as 91.5 HD2. So they broadcast to the student unions, the recreation centers, and all of the dining commons. And I think following along with the like physical pamphlets and things that you guys are all talking about, I think it would also be maybe positive to get out, the verbal wordage so they can maybe people can hear it and try to remember, be able to look it up, things like that. But I definitely know that he is eager to work more collaboratively with CSUN, so I think that is something that maybe we could keep in mind.
I think that's a great idea. I think if you want to go ahead and like meet with them, I can also pitch in on that meeting. We could talk about it, maybe Director Bonso can come in, see what we can do. Yeah. Sarah?
Just from the conversation, this also popped into my mind. Another way we can get more reach out by partnering with people around campus is maybe college advisors. I feel like I hate to say it, college advisors get a lot of the time. I don't have the money to take that class, unfortunately. And so I feel like maybe reaching out to the advisor teams of different colleges, and they'll be able to connect students who are in financial need with scholarships and grants resources. And then I don't really know if other colleges have like, I don't really know how to describe this, like a really big RSO that has a lot of students in it. Just from like being in the fine arts and the choral area, for example, we have the choir board, which not only oversees a vast amount of vocal music students within the College of Fine Arts, but the UNLV chorale choir is made up of a lot of non-fine arts major students. And I would personally be more than interested to be the liaison between this committee and them, because I know, and I'm personal friends with like pretty much everyone on the choir board. I would be more than happy to give them information so that they can advertise it, because they do weekly newsletters, they do presentations in each of the choir classes and whatnot. So I don't know if like other colleges have like really big RSOs that get word out to a lot of students in the college like that. But I feel like also partnering with those kinds of RSOs, or just big campus RSOs in general, they don't have to be college specific or anything. I feel like would be another good way to get the word out.
I agree with that one as well. I remember when we were doing the marketing work session or recently, like the past couple of meetings, when we did this work session, I wanted to work with a lot of the advising centers within all the different colleges, but I think I just slipped out of my mind a little bit. But I did agree with like all of that, but we'll do this. Sorry, we'll do Tabitha and then Ashley, and then we'll go back to Isabella.
Yeah, just to, kind of bounce off of what everyone was saying. I'm a front desk lead at like one of our tutoring centers, and it's in the library, and we get a lot of foot traffic. And I have students coming to me talking about, if you're at tutoring, you're probably a little stressed out, and sometimes that conversation kind of leads into like money stuff too. And we have a food pantry there, but I think it would be awesome if we had some little like brochures too. And it would just be nice, like they might not be able there just to listen to me talk about all the different types of scholarships we have, but just to give them a few brochures and be like, come back if you got any questions, I think is definitely another way to go to.
So what I'm hearing, I'm starring this, I'm bolding it, is mass production of brochures.
Yeah.
All throughout campus.
Especially QR codes too. I notice people love QR codes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Vice President Solana.
thank you. In rep, we do marketing and I'm the marketing director, and something that I think it was one of our presidents brought up is that, they went to the convention and then they have stickers and they have like QR codes instead of having all of the information. If you want something smaller, it's just like a QR code that takes you to like your website or like your page. So maybe that's something that you guys can do. If you don't want to spend all, well, yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk to like Associate Director of Physical Marketing and we'll see what we could do.
That's Kaylin and I.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Agree, those, yeah, like sticker QR codes.
Yeah.
That's cute. Okay, Ashley?
I don't know if this is like, kind of, this is just a really loose idea I have, but like, what if we did something like to kind of like within our mixers that we have to kind of like partner with, cause you know how we had that with the one-time sponsorship, how they did the essay contest?
Oh, yeah.
What if we did like some sort of contest within? Would that be, I don't know, like within one of like our mixer?
Oh, we could.
Do like a little research, like. I don't know, something.
Incorporate, like, an
This is just
activity.
like a little like random idea, I don't know.
I think we could like, let's play a bit, like, we should do a bingo board and like, you have to apply to like 5 scholarships. And you redeem, you get a prize if you apply to 5. Ashley.
I'm not really sure. It's kind of just like another loose idea. I'm not sure what the rules are with the mass emails or like the stats of how much people interact with them. But I mean, just to like put it out there, we could also incorporate it into some of the mass emails.
Yeah, definitely kind of finding a consistent pace with sending out this information to senators or to all the senators for when they do kind of produce those mass emails. I think that's a good idea. I think it should definitely fall under responsibility, making sure that these scholarships are being promoted. But we'll definitely like kind of go a little more consistent on promoting those through the monthly mass emails. Is there anyone else? Evan, do you have anything?
I like the idea of workshops because I think we talked about that last time. And I know for RSL or Ways and Means that kind of help them increase like activity on the scholarships and let people know like
Yeah.
what, or not the scholarships, the RSL funding.
Yeah.
So it just lets people know like what kind of scholarships and if they even qualify for it, because that's a lot of questions people have.
Mhm.
Like Princessa said, it's just like a lot of teamwork.
Teamwork.
I know I've been working a lot with Isaac, so that's been good. I know Nadia sent out the email, reaching out to like, the organizations that wanted to do that video. So we still have a list of people who want to do that video. We just need to reach back out
Yeah.
during probably the following semester because it's done.
I think you also had, I think we were in like a meeting, but you had an idea on a video.
Of like a TikTok or
Oh yeah, I think it was that one. Did you want to like?
the one that
show-
we're gonna, that you want us to do today?
Yeah, did you want to like kind of show it up?
I don't have it like on deck, but I can.
Okay, well, we'll go to Isabel and then we can see.
Okay.
Yeah. Isabella?
Okay, so just another thing. I feel like a big thing with students who may be like low income, disadvantaged, or like financially vulnerable. I feel like a big thing with them is they don't know where to start. Like they don't know where to ask because they don't know the resources that they have. And I know this is one thing that me and Kaylin are working on for urban affairs, but I think it would be a good idea maybe to talk to like the first year seminar classes, because I feel like once students become like freshmen in their first year, they don't really know what to do next. And I feel like as you grow into your years, things get more difficult and you feel like you have less support in your classes and with your, your peers, your advisors, the things around you, they just talk to you less. So I think maybe that would be a good idea. I'm not sure.
I'm also gonna keep in mind too, just all the things that we have said, that way we like moving forward, because when we get back from winter break, we have a meeting before scholarships actually open up, so we can kind of implement a little game plan or kind of the things that we've talked about, but I think, are there any other kind of like ideas or just any input? If not, I will close 6B work session on the marketing of CSUN scholarships at 6:38 p.m. And I will open at the same time for A, advisor report. Alba, did you have any reports, anything you wanted to say?
No, I feel like overall, I'm just really excited for all of you that are joining the committee for the first time. I'm excited for everything that is coming, and I want you all to be excited and to know that again, I'm so sorry, I'm making dinner. I just really want you all to be excited about all of the different students that you're going to impact in the upcoming application cycle. I guess one thing that I did want to add, just to the presentation that Isaac gave, was regarding the one-time scholarship sponsorships. I will encourage you all that if you wanted to potentially give more funding to an existing CSUN scholarship, I would maybe do that sooner rather than later, just because we do like to inform our partners, our department partners, to know exactly how much they're going to have when they're deciding on their recipients. So like now that the applications are about to open, I would like for them to know as soon as possible, you're going to get an additional 5,000, 10,000, whatever. So if that's something that you are interested in doing with the one time, I would highly encourage you all to do that as soon as possible. But other than that, I'm excited for you all, and know that I'm always here if you have any questions or concerns, or you want to meet with me to discuss any historical things regarding the scholarships and grants committee, or just a specific scholarship. I'm always available. Thank you all.
Thank you, Advisor Palacios. I will close advisor's report on or at 6:40 PM and at the same time open up chair's report. Nothing too heavy on the information or updates, just that we did have two tabling days in December, which were on, it's been a long week. Which were on December 2nd and December 3rd, Tuesday, Wednesday of last week. I just wanted to thank a couple senators in the room that kind of helped out with that. That is Senator Cameron, Senator Yelvington, Senator Sade, as well as Vice President Solano. Without you guys, that's all right. Okay, I didn't want to miss anyone, but I just wanted to acknowledge you guys. Without you guys, I probably couldn't have done the Wednesday one just because it was a bit colder and windier. But we made it, we did it, we handed out flyers. So thank you guys for that. And then in terms of tabling, I will be scheduling throughout break, probably towards the end. So I'm not bugging you guys during your break. I'll send you guys dates on when we will be doing our January tabling. I also wanted to, in addition to that, have a workshop like Senator Yelvington did mention previously, that is open to the public, where they can work on scholarships. We give a presentation on the scholarships and grants committee. They're able to work on the applications there. I don't know if that would happen more at the end of January or the beginning of February, but we'll go into it into our next meeting. But other than that, again, I wanted to echo Advisor Palacios on the one-time sponsorship scholarships. With this funding, you can add on to an existing scholarship if you think that more money should be given to a scholarship because their numbers have exceeded, or create a whole new scholarship of if you think an audience or an underserved community isn't being represented, you can also do that. And if you do have questions regarding how to create a scholarship or the process of it, just email me. I can go ahead and either meet with you virtually, or I can also just record a video kind of explaining how I went through my process of kind of getting the scholarship that I wanted to pursue out and presented to the committee and Senate. But other than that, yeah, I just wanted to also thank you guys for coming tonight. I know it's exam week, but I just want to thank you guys and appreciate that meeting quorum was very easy. But other than that, I will close for B chair's report. And then I'll do I'll open up for C, Vice Chair's report.
I just wanted to say thank you to everyone. I look forward to being vice chair. If you guys ever need anything, feel free to reach out. I also look forward to working on the workshops and one-time sponsorship fund.
Right. I will now close 4C, Vice Chair's report, and at 6:43 PM. And at the same time, I will open public comment at 6:44 PM. This is a time that anyone from the public may come and speak. Members of the public, you are limited to 3 minutes for your public comment. Please refrain from saying slanderous or any defamation of character, as I have the right to limit your comment. When you come to the podium, please state your first and last name and spell your last name for the record. Does anyone have any public comments in person? Right. Then, does anyone have a public comment through the telephone line provided to the public? I will allow 30 seconds for any call-ins. Then, seeing none, I will now close public comment at 6:45 PM. And at the same time, I adjourn this meeting.
I heard about the pizza. Thank you so.
Oh, of course, please.
Thank you.
Hey, I brought pizza, guys, so please, please, please eat it. I can't take it. Okay.
So.
There is still some canes for sure.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying, if somebody wants to take it, because if not, I'm gonna throw it away.
Good, I forgot. I was like, I've been busy with exams, but I just.
Oh, no, I totally understand. You should be.
Oh, wait, are we gonna do the TikTok?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Please record.
We could do a little. Yeah, show it, we'll do it.
Okay, give me a second, I'm gonna
Okay.
finish this thing.
Everyone stay real quick. It's a party.
Everybody has to take the canes too, please take it, because if not, it's gonna end up in the trash.
Yeah, that's good. Love it. It is.
We can the train, the cheese. Because then we get all the trash.
Sorry, last one, 6:01, but.
Yeah, the only thing we found the bullet points was join our startup club.
I wasn't crazy about that.
But some.
Did you buy the cakes or
Your.
That was our finals. It's been here throughout the day.
Just up there for just.
Just for you guys, it's special.
Sorry.
Oh,
snaps.
Because.
Hey, does somebody headphones?
The one that's live, yeah.
Yes, probably.
It's mine,
Okay.
I just didn't wear a costume mask.
Oh.
In the
Yeah,
meeting.
well, yeah.
Right, right.
YouTube channel, yeah.
Because when you click on the icon,
Fine, just be right.
It's not like it would show 56 or one.
Alright, let's run it back.
Then you got it. And if you need anything, I'll let me know.
I didn't-
Anyway, so I was gonna ask
See
if
what-
you're